Good evening, and welcome to Chesterton Academy of the Sacred Heart's 2021 Spring Concert. I am Anna Schultz, and I am a senior here at Chesterton, and I am going to be your MC for the night. Let's go! We're all so excited to have you here, and we'd all like to extend a big thank you to you guys for coming. I know right now it's kind of a hectic time of the year where things are ending and other things are beginning. And you know, right now it's a busy time at school. Last week we just finished our play, and of course tonight we have this concert, and we have finals on the horizon, and we also have graduation will be here sooner than we know it, so it's all happening right now. And being busy, it's kind of a funny thing, because one would think you would be grateful when you're busy. Especially after the past year we've had with COVID, I think we'd be grateful that we could go out, but so often we start complaining, and we start having a heart of ingratitude. And we start saying, why did I sign up for this? Or why did I tell this person I would come here? Or why did I offer to do this? But we should really be asking, why are we doing anything? And sometimes we do things for ourselves, and that's good, because sometimes we need to do things for ourselves and take care of ourselves. And sometimes we do things for others, which is very noble and admirable. But most importantly, we should be doing things for God. And when we get busy, it's hard to remember that. The next song we will be singing, Chesterton, was written by William Billings in 1770 during one of the most chaotic and busy times of our nation's history, the Revolutionary War. Imagine how busy that must have been. You're signing declarations, you're fighting British, you're trying to get your people to form a new nation. Like, hey, you think you're busy? So as we sing this song, we remember the people who began our nation and how even though they were incredibly busy and had so much to do, they still had time to sing and offer their voices to God in praise and worship. So tonight, we invite you to sit back and relax from the busyness of the outside world and remember what's truly important. We invite you to listen to us as we offer our voices as a sacrifice to God. Thank you.
Let
was the school year of 2019 and 2020 when Dr. Russell walked into music and said, "I've got a new piece." Oh, here we go again. He proceeds to say that this piece is called Bogorodice, and he tells us it's the Hail Mary in Russian. And I have two thoughts. The first one being, well, okay, Russia. Well, I know it's cold. I know they wear fur caps, and they like their vodka. The second thing that passed through my head was, well, I wonder how this is going to go, because as far as I know, none of us speak Russian. We proceed to learn the song and trip through the throatiness of the language and the R's and we muddle our way through those. And months pass as we learn this song, and then comes January of 2020 when myself and some others go to the March for Life in Washington, D.C. And the night before the march, we go to the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception, and we're in line for confession, and then we start nudging one another. We're like, hey, listen, this sounds kind of familiar. And lo and behold, it was that Russian song that Dr. Russell was making us learn. Wow, who would have thought? And it was a really beautiful moment and a beautiful experience, and it reminded me of one of the most beautiful truths of our faith, is that it is universal. That no matter if we're a small choir in Peoria, Illinois, or a big choir singing in the Basilica at Washington, D.C., or if you're Russians in Russia, that no matter where you are, we're all saying the same thing and offering our voices to the Blessed Mother through the song and the prayer of the Hail Mary. So even though you might not understand the words, I invite you to lift up your hearts and offerings to our Blessed Mother. Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce 4 young men who have an incredible amount of talent, charm, and wit. But unfortunately, they couldn't make it tonight. So So we'll have to substitute the Chesterton Academy of the Sacred Heart Quartet instead. I've had the privilege and honor to grow and learn with these four young men for the past 4 years, and tonight you'll be able to see the fruits of their labor, and thank goodness that they have improved, that there are fruits. No, it's been a true joy to be able to share every day with them in the classroom, so thank you guys.
We're your friends, we're your friends, we're your friends till the bitter end. When you're alone, who comes around to pluck you up, when you are down, and when you're outside looking in, who's there to open the door? That's what friends are for. Who's always eager to extend a friendly call? That's what friends are for. And when you're lost, in dire need, who's at your side? And lightning speed, we're friends with every creature coming down the pike. In fact, we've never met an animal we didn't like.
So you can see,
we're friends in need, and friends in need, friends indeed, safe in the jungle forevermore. That's what friends are for. Pass me by one summer day, flash those big brown eyes my way, and oh, I wanted you forevermore. Now, baby, I'm not one that gets around, swear my feet stuck to the ground, and though I never did meet you before,
I said,
hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart. I said, sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary. I knew Mary Lou. We never part. So hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart.
saw your lips after your voice, believe me, I just had no choice. My voices couldn't make me stay away. Arms around you, getting tight, that's all I need to see for me to stay.
Hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart. I said, sweet
Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you.
I'm in love with Mary.
I knew Mary Lou.
We never
part. So hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart. Hello, Mary Lou, I'm in love with you. Yes, hello, Mary Lou.
Goodbye, heart.
Right from the start, I said hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart.
The next piece we will be presenting is not listed in the program. It is a song that the quartet would like to present to you in celebration of the recent Perseverance Mars rover landing. So I hope that you enjoy this intergalactic celebration of Earth culture in view of Mars exploration.
We have just discovered an important note from space. The Martians plan to throw a dance for all the human race.
Oh, mere, mere, papa, oh, mere, mere, papa, oh, papa, 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 oh, mere, mere, oh, mere, mere, papa, oh, mere, mere, papa, oh, mere, mere, oh, mere, mere, papa, oh, mere, mere, papa, oh,
Another day older and deeper again. Saying, Peter, don't you come because I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Do 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 do. I was born one morning when the sun did shine. Picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. 16 tons, jumping iron coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper again. St. Peter, don't you call me cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Do 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 do. If you see me coming, better step aside. Your heart ended, your heart may die. One fist of mine, the other of steel.
If the right one don't get you, then the left one will.
You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Do 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 do.
Good evening. Welcome to Chesterton Academy and the Sacred Heart Spring Concert. It is a real delight to be here and to share this music with you. A real delight, and a delight that reflects the delight of working with these young men and women in the classroom each and every day, and in rehearsals 3 times a week. We meet 3 times a week, 3 days a week for 45 minutes each. And when I look at these gentlemen on stage, look at these ladies and the gentlemen, it's just astounding to see the amount of growth that has happened in the time that they have been here. through the result of their efforts. I thank you. I thank you, the parents, because I know it's really you. We get to be alongside of you in this formation and this teaching and this education. But it's really the character that they have learned at home and that you have modeled at home that allows us to go from a choir of 11 people in year one that couldn't sing to this tonight. And it's really an honor and a delight, okay? So, all right, the gentlemen have had their turn. They've had their fun. And so the ladies here have their opportunity now. And we certainly will see more of that in the future. So I'm going to turn this back over to the ladies at this point in time. This next piece, one of the things that I'm trying to do this evening, I've tried to do in this concert, is feature each of our seniors. We have a special group of 6 seniors graduating this year here in just another week and a half. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But my goal tonight, one of the primary goals, was to feature each of those, and each of them. And so you've seen our 4 gentlemen in the quartet, our senior men's quartet. You've seen Miss Schultz up here, who's very eloquent and introducing our program. This next piece is a feature for Miss Cora Zika. Cora is a really outstanding, a true artist in ballet, and has choreographed a number of Broadway-type tunes for us in the past, and wanted an opportunity to feature her. So the choreography of this next set is by her, and also features her with her sister. All right, ladies, take it away.
There were never such devoted sisters, never had to have
beautiful, ladies. Thank you. As the gentlemen go back here to reassemble the stage for the full choir to come back on stage, I have a few comments that I would like to make. And Chesterton says that thanks are the highest form of thought, and gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. I always think about that. I always appreciate that. It means you always have something very intelligent to say if you have gratitude. I find it to be helpful, but I find it also to be true. That we look through the Chesterton viewpoint at the world around us, and we can't help, if we truly look at that as though it were the first time we've seen it all, to look at things with wonder, a sense of wonder and a sense of awe at the beautiful creation that is around us. It really is a remarkable thing to think about. And with the seniors in my literature class, we've just finished up today working through Chesterton's great book, The Everlasting Man. There's a moment in there when he talks about the incarnation of Christ at Bethlehem, the nativity scene, and that you see the hands that formed the sun and the stars and the moon and the world around us are too small to even reach up and touch the heads of the animals there. And it's truly something to wonder at and to be amazed at, the incredible beauty of the world around us. And it's really an honor and a true pleasure, a true joy to get to share that with you and with these young men and women. So again, I thank you for that. I thank you parents for that. I thank all of you students for that. It is truly a joy to work with each of you. The efforts, the time you've put in, coming off of 40 extra hours of work on a play last week in addition to classes, and to be here tonight, sounding so beautiful. I thank you all for that. I need to recognize another group of people this evening that without whom this would not be possible. Though I am directing the choir, what you're seeing tonight is the fruits of many, many, many other efforts to help build character, to form character and virtue in these young men and women as we ourselves grow in character and virtue. A great and talented and experienced group of people that are helping to form complete people. And because of that completeness, these young men and women have much more to say in their speaking, in their writing, in their singing. And so I want to recognize our faculty this evening. They are the heart and the soul of this school and what goes on. I know there are a number of you this evening. If you would please stand, I would like to recognize you this evening. We have I got Mr. Smith here, Mrs. Williams, Senora Heft, Dr. Campbell I saw out there, and I see Sister Ann is here joining us this evening. Mrs. Knott is back there, and there's somebody else that is here. Mrs. Fate. Mrs. Fate is here this evening, and Miss Berlinger is here. Thank you. Thank you. You can tell from their enthusiasm to thank these people what an amazing group of people they are, right? I also want to thank another person that is here this evening, without whom I probably just couldn't make it through the day. I would spend my days doing all sorts of things that I probably shouldn't be doing and wouldn't get the things done that I need to do. Mrs. Higgins, our administrative assistant, does so many things for the school behind the scenes, and it is one of those behind the scenes job, right? And you get the calls from her, I need this form, I need this paper, will you please sign this, and will you please turn this in, right? But there's that piece and so many other things, and the way that she helps to make the school run is really inspiring. Mrs. Higgins is here this evening. Thank you. And then I, of course, personally, I have to thank my wife. I have to thank my wife because without her and her support, her prayers, it would also not be possible for me to be here. So thank you to her. I want to recognize here just briefly, we have graduation coming up, but I do want to recognize at least briefly our seniors this evening, and to tell you what a joy it is to have worked with you over the course of these years here. As a teacher, one of the things that I think that I really do understand is that we are here to help form you for that purpose for which you're made. And it is not to simply keep you here forever, but to really understand that it is about what God is calling you to. But I will say, of all the classes, through the years that I've had, you guys are a hard one to let go of. I want to thank and recognize Mr. Matthew Walters back here. Matthew has demonstrated extraordinary growth of leadership in his time at Chesterton Academy. A couple of years ago, starting from even his first and second year, asking for leadership opportunities, ways that he could lead, always looking to help pull people along, but in a very positive way. I thank him for that. I will miss you knocking on my door to come and talk at lunchtime. I hope you'll come back and knock on my door often. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I want to recognize his brother, Mr. Nicholas Walters, over here. He's the one that's got that bass voice, like, how do you do that? I don't know. I don't know. It's fabulous. Mr. Walters has a great character of honesty and integrity of virtue that I've seen to be completely unwavering over the course of 4 years at Chesterton Academy. It's like it just simply doesn't waver. I also want to recognize him for the tremendous hard work that he puts into everything that he does, every single class, every single day, every single lesson. It is hard work that he puts on, but with a great sense of humor and a great creativity. So, Nicholas, thank you very much. It's an honor to work with you. I want to recognize Mr. Philip Rupert. At our very first gala, I said about Mr. Rupert that he was never afraid to stand up and to defend his faith and to defend truth, and that has also been one of those things that's been unwavering throughout the time here. But one of the things that I've seen about it is his application to his studies and efforts that he has put in, there's been a tremendous growth in the depth of insight. Mr. Rupert is one who regularly in my classes says things that astonish me. They just simply astonish me. I have a term here, a phrase here, that when a student says something particularly insightful or particularly humorous, that they have made it into my notes. I will always refer to that statement every time I ever teach that lesson again. Mr. Rupert's in my notes a lot. He's in my notes a lot. But for serious, insightful things, very insightful things. So thank you, Mr. Rupert. I'd like to move over to Miss Zika, Miss Cora Zika next. As I said before, and as you see, and as many of you know, she's certainly a great artist as a ballerina. But one of the things that I always talk about is just the tremendous positive attitude that I see her put on in class with tasks, when faced with difficult tasks and extra things. I know in light of many things that she has going on and has working on that very positive attitude. I also see there's a great leadership with her and a great analysis of situations, a great analysis of things, very analytical, I would say. And so there have been times when she choreographs something and I've got some idea and she puts this together and then we'll mention, I've got all of these people over here together because of this and this and that, and is really thinking through these things. And you see that a lot in the classroom, the way that she thinks through the statements that she makes in class and has, again, these great insights, kind of coming to them through this logic. It's also very inspiring. Thank you, Ms. Zika. Miss Anna Schultz is next. I'd like to recognize her. Ms. Schultz has a lot of talents. It would take me a while to say them all. I don't have time to say all of them. A couple of things that I want to point out to her is also one, the depth and detail in which she reads in class the lessons that we have. She has also made it into my notes many times with a lot of great insight. She has the ability to make a tremendously logical argument and to do it in a way that is powerful and passionate but not offensive. and she is just tremendous at making great arguments, and she is a tremendous public speaker, as you can see this evening. I asked her a few weeks ago if she would be the Master of Ceremonies for this evening, and was very delighted that she took over. My only concern was I may never get the microphone back. Their talents are really boundless. Great organizer, has organized so many things for the school, a great speaker, and tremendous talent. Thank you, Ms. Schultz. And then the final senior that I want to recognize, and it's not, I have him last because he was the latest to join us. This is Mr. Preston Didi over here. I can tell you that even though he wasn't there on the day one of year one, he has certainly made himself a very secure place in the family here. He has certainly made himself a secure place, and I don't think that we can imagine life before Preston came to the school. I would say Mr. Didi was a great gift to us, a great gift to the school when he showed up here in his junior year in many ways. One of the ways that he's been a great gift to the school is in his spiritual leadership. I noticed immediately that Mr. Didi was always leading prayer before events, before classes, between classes, before concerts, before plays. And that spiritual leadership, as I think, inspired many of us to remember why we offer the things that we offer and who we're offering them to. So I greatly appreciate that, probably above all things, Mr. Didi. The second thing that I would say is I just recognize also the passion and the energy with which he pursues all of the things that he does. He essentially memorized a short novel that he presented over the course of the weekend in our play, The Taming of the Shrew. And here he is tonight as one of these leaders in the guys, leader in the tenor section, and continuing to lead with that passion and energy. So thank you for the great gift you have been to the school, Mr. Didi. If I can figure out where I put my music, we're going to continue the program now with Unclouded Day. You don't have music, do you? I don't need music. We don't need music for this. Here we go. This is Unclouded Day. This is an early American folk song arrangement by a great arranger, Sean Kirchner.
Tell me of a home far beyond our skies. They tell me of a home far away.
As our evening comes to a close tonight, I would like to share a little reflection I had a couple of weeks ago. We were in music preparing for the concert, and as I started thinking, my mind was kind of maybe not totally on the music, and I was thinking about reflecting on my time here at Chesterton. And one of the disadvantages, you could say, of a small school setting like this is that maybe we don't get all the mementos that other schools get. We don't get the spirit wear or the yearbook. I mean, we do get our sweaters, but I mean, mine's got a hole in it and is missing a button. So maybe not the best memento. And I was thinking of, wow, I wish we had a yearbook, something I could flip through and see pictures and see quotes and see memories. And then Dr. Russell told us to circle up and sing Ave Maria. And sometimes when we sing Ave Maria, we face each other in a circle. And as we circled up and I started looking at the new faces that have joined us this year and the old faces that have been here since day one, I realized I don't need a yearbook because this song is our yearbook. The next song we'll be performing is our unofficial school song, Ave Maria. And this song has been with us at every major event of this school, from galas to even on birthdays we've sung it. We sang it in Washington, D.C. We sang it with other Chestertons, which was an amazing experience. And I realized that this song has been through every milestone with us. And so I invite you to listen as we, the seniors especially, write the last sentence in our yearbook. Thank you.